Hey everyone, it's Megan Elizabeth with AboveRubyStudio.com. I can't believe it's already May. It's National Scrapbook Month. We're going to be doing a lot of scrapbooking and we're going to be doing some card making too. And I'm going to show you some techniques that you can use for both card making and scrapbooking. Today I want to be showing off the eBosser a little bit, and I'm going to be using the Megan Elizabeth nesting dies. They're pink, which is so fun. There are no other pink dies out there currently, which is awesome. And they come in 3 different shapes. We have the scalloped circle, the scalloped square, and then a really cool rectangle frame. It's called Frame It, all around and scalloped. So they're really awesome. There's great deals on them right now at AboveRubyStudio.com. We will not be making any more of these. So these are a completely limited edition pink die. Once they are gone, they're gone for good. And I'm having so much fun creating with them today. I've been using my eBosser, which is all time by far my favorite embossing and manual die cutting machine. The, nesting dies, the any kind of metal die. I love this machine so much. I get excited about a lot of things, but by far I got rid of my Vagabond, my Cuttlebug. I still have my Textra Boutique just because it's super lightweight. I don't have a Big Shot anymore. I don't have any of those machines. I only have the eBosser now. And I am a bit of a freak when it comes to, die cutting machines and different things like that. I have, I don't even know how many Cricut, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Cricut machines, a Pazzles machine. I have 2 Silhouette machines. I have a Cameo and an SD. I have a lot of die cutting machines, and I got rid of all the other ones for this eBosser because that's how much I love it. So enough rambling about it. There's some really cool things coming out with the eBosser that I'm excited about, and I'm just thrilled about this machine. So I'm using the nesting dies today. The cool thing about this is it does a true 8.5 by 11 or letter size embossing. It has letter size folders. You guys have probably seen me use this. If you follow Above Ruby Studio at all, you've seen me use these already. But today I really want to focus on the dies. The user manual that comes with this, Craftwell makes it super easy. They tell you exactly how to sandwich other brands, what kind of dies, what you need to do, and they label their plates so clear. There's no guessing. It's A, B, C, D, and then there's the shims and whatever you're using. So we're using thin metal dies today. So you're going to start with your platform A, and you're going to put in your material, your cutting die, your magnetic shim, which is really cool. This is magnetic. I have it upside down right now. Of course I do. Just to get this ready, but to show you guys, this is actually a magnetic shim, so your stuff is not going to go anywhere when you're using metal dies, which is so cool. Then you're just going to continue stacking down your B plate, C plate, and D plate to do your dies. It's so easy. So I have everything all lined up on here. The great thing about this magnetic sheet is that it keeps things in place. You're not going to have slipping and sliding as you feed it into the machine, and then all of a sudden you're cut off your paper and you didn't have another piece of that paper and then it's ruined. Well, you don't have that problem anymore. So I'm just going to put down my pink cardstock that we're going to be using. Now, if you try to overstuff this machine, it has a really cool rejection feature. It'll feed it back at you. It also has sensors that if you stick your hand in here, it's not going to crush your hand or fingers or little kids' fingers. And also has a safety flap on the back. Feeds right out. So awesome. Love this machine. Okay, we're going to just feed this through. It is a little noisy. It is a noisier, but it's electronic. You're not turning a crank. You're not pressing down. You're not doing anything funky. You're just letting it go. Drops right out the back. Now the super cool thing about this too is you're embossing with this, you're cutting with this, with your metal dies. You're just able to do so very, very much. So sometimes with the dies, depending on how thick your cardstock is, this is super thick. Sometimes they're kind of stuck in there. You just pop them out, but you can see they're super clean, crisp cuts. It's awesome. Love these dies. So really you're just popping them right out of your cardstock. They just get a little hung up in there, I guess, but they're still, I've never had one that's not a super clean cut, even pushing it through. Release pretty easy too. But that's because that's super thick. The thinner papers, thinner cardstocks, text weight paper, you're not going to have as much of an issue with. So we used 4 of the 5 dies that come in the set. Set them aside, set those aside. And I kind of had this thought for this card. I was kind of inspired by a logo that I saw And I thought, oh, that could make a really cool kind of card if I use my nesting dies and layer everything together. So that's what I'm doing today, or at least I'm going to attempt to do. All right, so I'm going to use my Glue Glider Pro. This is the high-tech cartridge. This is one of the older pink cartridges. I believe they may be re-releasing some pink cartridges in the near future. I'm not really sure. They're not being made currently, so if you see pink ones out there, grab them up. They're pretty cool. I like pink. I like purple. Purple is one of my favorite colors, but pink is still fun for craft rooms. I don't know. Okay, so I'm using some cardstock, just yellow-based cardstock, and then this was from one of the Megan Elizabeth kits, the Lots of Buttons kit. I think there's still some available at Crafty Corner, but not entirely sure. One of my favorite patterns of paper because there's the teal chevron on the reverse side. So all the cardstock that I cut out is all kind of coordinating colors to this. This purple is a little bit darker than the purple in there, but it was close enough of a complementing, contrasting color that I thought these all kind of worked. And I cut out, as you saw, all these different colors in the different sizes. So I just put one sheet down. All the dies were already down at one time. I didn't have to do one individually for each individual. And what I wanted to do was kind of start here, and I was going to work my way around. Make sure they're face up the right way. And I'm going to cut these off the side of the card. Now, what I wanted to tell you guys or share with you guys or hopefully inspire you guys with is the thought of doing this as a photo matting kind of technique. And I'll show you what I mean in a minute. I'm just going to lay this all out. All right, so that's kind of how I want this to look. I kind of want it to burst on the side of the page here, or the side of the card, that they overlap just like so. And then we're going to kind of place them down in the corner, and then we're going to cut it off so it's kind of bursting out of the side here. So I'm going to grab my Glue Glider Pro. I'm going to go right along this top, right along here, all in one section. I'm just going to grab my glue glider and go right along all the pieces. And then flip it back over and place it down so that it's in my corner. I'm going to have to go back in with a little bit more adhesive, but this is just to basically get it in place so that I can then grab my scissors flip the card over and trim this right off. Now this is going to give me either a place to build up off of higher, or it's going to give me a place to stamp my sentiment down. You can kind of choose which way you want to go with that. Now I'm going to take the next smaller size down, and I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to kind of alter the colors. Alternate the colors. So we're now alternating the colors, kind of sticking it in between. I'm just using your glue glider to put some adhesive down on there and go right around. And again, just cutting off that excess. This really is such a cool thing to do on scrapbook layouts. To cut off from the edge and layer things up like that. It just creates such a cool pocket for you to kind of stick a photo into or do other things with. And that's what I love about doing this kind of technique. It just gives you such interest to your project. And actually, I am going to stop there. I was going to go ahead and go all the way down to the next size down and keep alternating down till we got to the smallest size. But I'm just going to do those 2 layers, and we're going to stamp right there because I kind of like the way that looks, just as is. Tanner has this super cute It's a Baby stamp set, and I'm not sure if he still has any available. I think there's still a few available in the AboveRubyStudio.com store, but there's one that says Your Wish Came True, and I thought that that is super cute. It can be for just about anything. It's can be an encouragement card, it can be a congratulations card, it can be the baby card. There's also a cute little thanks stamp on there that I actually really like, but I'm gonna use the Your Wish Came True today with the Bachelorette Pink Ink Edger. Again, with the ink edgers, you want to touch the ink to the stamp, not squish the stamp into the ink, because they're super juicy pigment inks that'll make a big hot mess if you try to really squish into them, because they're meant for inking edges of paper and staying really wet and juicy for a long time. So press that in there. Now the next thing I want to do is grab a little bit of ribbon. No, I don't want to grab ribbon. I want to grab twine. I have some cute pink and white baker's twine that I've kind of been dying to use. This is from American Crafts, and because there are so many layers in here, this is going to be super cute to wrap around this card several times over. It matches right along with that chevron pattern. You just kind of go back and forth with it, that they crisscross over each other. Cut it off here. This is just a fun kind of bright springtime cheery card. You know, you can do it for pretty much any kind of occasion. At least that's my thought with it. Alright, so that's going to go there, and that just kind of breaks everything up. There's a lot of dimension and texture there. For me personally, to finish this card off, I'm going to grab my Viva Decor Pearl Pens. You guys, I love Pearl Pens so very much. Sunny Yellow would be great with this color combination, but also this light blue. You could also use sparkle lights, add a little bit of sparkle, but I'm just going to add several dimensional textures of pearl. I'm even going to go over, the reason why I grabbed the blue, there's this blue heart down here, and I thought, well, I'm going to accent that even further and make it dimensional and go over top of it just like I did with the Pearl Pen. So you can really get control over how much comes out. Really super awesome just to kind of place down, play with, make really big globs, really big pearls. You're going to want to wait a full 24 hours before you kind of set anything on top of it for it to dry, but it really does touch dry in about 15 to 20 minutes. It's a super fast touch dry time, but it will smush and flatten out if you try to put anything on top of it or really smush into it. Especially the thicker things like this heart down here, which I'm going to make a little bigger, just so it looks a little more heart-like, not so blobby. And let's see, I'm going to add just a little bit more. And this would be cool too, to then go in with like a yellow and blue, alternate that way. You know, you can really just sort of have fun with it. So that is actually going to be my card for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, check out those nesting dies, check out those sparkle lights. They're on sale. Again, once they're gone, they're going to be gone for good. We did order in the thousands initially, and we've gone through more than half our stock on some of the things that we will not be getting back in. I'm going to be shifting gears with things that I'm doing, and I hope you guys enjoy them and have a great day. Enjoy the moments. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.